Hey everybody, Rory from A&S Gear, and we're looking at another gun from Azodin today. This is the brand new KDIII? The KDIII. I've got Blitz 3s, Chaos 3s, KD3 today. We're looking at this one right now, KD3. So this is their high-end mechanical gun that they've got set up. Brand new. I love these new manuals. Like in the other two videos, I'm sure I said the same thing, but I like the harder copy. It's not like a flimsy just piece of paper. It's got a little bit of heft to it, but it gives you the breakdowns of everything inside there. The gun breakdown, all the parts, frame breakdown, new on-off ASA breakdown, regulator breakdown, and then just some basic how to use it stuff. You can get the full manual and warranty information from Azodin.com, but this will really get you going for what you get. So KD3, we've got the brand new gun right here. We've got a two-piece barrel right here and here. 14-inch two-piece barrel, cocker threaded. We've got parts, Allen keys, and barrel sleeve. Pretty standard fare from what we've seen so far. But what sets this one apart from all the other versions that we've looked at today, so obviously it's a single trigger. So this is the single trigger setup. Again, it is mechanical. There's no battery in it, no electronics, nothing like that. So these are just detent covers. They are not eyes. You do get the lever. So the locking lever assembly right here at the top. Adjustable regulator through here. If we look at the bottom, it tells us which direction to turn to increase or decrease pressure through the gun, which can increase or decrease velocity. And then your velocity adjustment, which is right here. These two things have to work in tandem with each other. If you don't have high enough pressure in here, the gun can suffer from cycling issues. If it's too high, then you can have, you can actually make the gun not work at all by sputtering or cycling too fast. There's all sorts of things you can do, but you want to make sure that they're working in conjunction with each other. Normally you'd set this at a normal operating pressure, and then you would fine tune your adjustment through here. If you find yourself screwing this all the way in and you're not achieving the velocity that you're looking for, then you would back it back out, increase your inline pressure a little bit, and then start over with adjusting velocity. So that's where you're going to work through this gun with your reg and your velocity adjustment on the backside here. Brand new device for these models or any Azodin that we've seen so far is an on-off ASA. It is a twist version right here where rotating counterclockwise is off and clockwise is gassing up. I shouldn't say off or on, gassing up and degassing right there. So that's nice. And again, a breakdown of how it works. Everything's on the front right there. And then they also have this, which is their 0D system. So this is a valve timing control system that's inside of here. If you're comfortable or knowledgeable about the valve itself, you know the valve is sitting in here and it has a pin that sticks through the valve. When the hammer hits the valve, it opens up and allows air to flow through. What shuts the valve is a spring that's inside of here. So the spring closes down the valve assembly. And by giving you the ability to adjust the spring tension on the valve, you can control how long it stays open when the gun is shot. So you can control airflow through the valve by adjusting their 0D system right here. So that's up to you to kind of play around with and mess around with. You can close it up too tight, make that spring tension too high, and the gun will stop shooting. You can have it too loose, and then you're losing air. Your gun becomes less efficient. So it's really up to you how you want to set it up, and it gives you the option to play with it a bit, which is fun. But if you're not the tinkering type, just leave it the way it is and have some fun with the gun. Setup is the same through the backside right here. Pin's going to come out, bring our bolt out, and then we can unscrew this, typically by hand, and pull our velocity adjuster, spring guide, bumper, and our hammer right out of there, striker hammer, whatever you want to call it. And I've said this in the other videos that we've done for these type of guns. Remember, these two need to lock together when you put them back together in there. So make sure that this pin goes through the hole and locks firmly in place. What a lot of people do and a lot of things that happen is when they go to put this in, they don't line this up properly, or they don't snap the pin in properly, or they put this in and then they put this in and they close up this bottom assembly and the hammer rotates around inside of there and it no longer lines up with the bolt. So this is how you solve that problem. We're going to take our hammer and we're going to put it in, And because our sear is sticking up and in the way right now, we're going to put pressure on it, and it's going to drop inside when we pull the trigger. Now, if we look at it, the hole is vertically up and down, which is right where we want it to be. We're going to take our bolt, lock it into the hammer, and look inside here, and we can see that it is physically locked together inside of there. Perfect. Now, once we know these two are one unit, put some more pressure on the back of the bolt, drop it all the way into the front, take our spring, put this on, or in the striker, take our bumper, put it around the spring, and then screw our back cap velocity guide in. Just like that. Very simple to do, very easy to maintain, very easy to understand what's going on with the gun. I like these guns because they are simple guns to understand how they work. Once you get a knowledge of certain things, you can move on to different things and just grow the knowledge of how stuff works. Makes it really easy to fix your own stuff. Does have a safety on the side, so if you need to use safety right there. Obviously, no electronics, no eyes, no wires, nothing like that. Makes it really, really easy to work with. This is the new KDIII. Check the website for color availability and pick yours up today at ansgear.com.